Hello friends, welcome back to the channel SK Codify. In this video, we are going to talk about a JavaScript collection called set. Okay, I believe you already know what a collection is. Collection is like an array. It's a data structure like an array where we can uh, have multiple elements into that. Okay, multiple values into that. So, what a set is, uh, how it is different than the array. In the array, we can have multiple values, but it can have duplicate value also. But in the set, we can have only unique value. Okay, let's see. Stocks is equal to new array. So I'm talking about array now, and stocks dot unshift. Let's say I add the C, and again I add unshift. Okay, so what should be the size of this? Sorry, console.log. Let's check the size of this container. Stocks dot length. Okay, now try to run this. Okay, the size is 2. If you want to print that, first const name of stocks and console.log name, or we can say actually stock names, but anyways, see, we have got two values which is same, which is absolutely same, so it's a duplicate entry. So arrays accept the duplicate entries. Okay, now remove this all and change it to, basically undo, make it undo. Okay, and change it to set. Okay, set. Don't use this unshift method, use here. So set has method called add, and let's try to add it again as we did in that array, and now try to run the program. Okay, see, and here the size, not the length method but the size method is there, side function is there. So you can see we have one value, although we added two value of the same type, I mean with the same value. Okay, but we have got only one entry. Okay, so duplicate entries are not acceptable here. Okay, so basically the main a reason of creating the set collection. Um, if we require to have some data which there are some situation where we want to uh, collect the information or hold the information which is unique. What we can think of situation like, yeah, the situation is like, when we are creating a collection for something like stocks. Okay, so a stock is something, uh, the kind of data which should be unique. Okay, like something called employee ID. Okay, if we are storing the information something like an employee ID, something like, if we are making an application where we are managing the book information, book stocks. Okay, where a book reference number can be unique. So in such kind of situation we should use set collection. Okay, so now let's try to see uh, some method into it. Okay, so there is one method that we saw. Instead of removing this, let it be there. Okay, so now let's see the other method. So this is the way we can create, we can define a new set. Okay, as here we did. Okay, the add function we saw the add function to add a new stock. But what does it return? Okay, so add function add function accepts the value and returns the number of item into that. Okay, so try to do this. What is int oh, sorry, not int, const result is equal to, now print that console.log result. Okay, so when you add something into a collection, into the set, you get that value added, and you get the um, size in return. Okay, you get the size in return. um, okay, so the next is delete. With the delete also we would have same thing. So before using that remove method, delete method, let me add some more data into it, so that okay, and I don't know what is this, but okay. Now we are going to delete something called, here we are going to use the method delete. Okay, and we are going to delete this. Okay, now see the result. Okay, so I'm sorry to say, like, I said when we use the delete method, we get uh, that size. No, but we don't get size, we get it is deleted or not. Okay, the confirmation, the boolean result, true or false. Okay, so one thing is that. Now what is the next method? Has is used for checking the making the confirmation that the value is already exist or not. Okay, so in this case just use that has method, as function, and see if it exists or not. Okay, if it exists we can say true. Okay, and let's say enter here something which does not exist. Okay, so what it is going to say? False, because it does not have. And also let's check what does it say if something not present and we try to delete that. So we are going to get the false also in that case also. Okay, the clear function is used to clear all the value that it has. Okay, clear the collection. So what we are going to get to, let's check that. It's a void function. You can see it's a void function, means it does not going to get, it does not going to result anything. So okay, I'll remove this result and just check the size. Stock dot size. Okay, after creating that, what is wrong here? Console dot no, what is that? Yeah, so it does not have any value, 0. Now we have values, keys and entries, and for each. So let's see values. Okay, remove this, and so values and keys and entries are going to return the iterators. So we can say stocks dot values. Okay, it is going to get in result. Let's say we can say let values or stock names, stock names is equal to, okay, this one value. We can iterate over it, for const stock name of stock names, console.log, you can say stock name. Okay, so we are going to get the value So this is how we are getting that the value. Okay, the same thing about keys. Mm, okay, and you would try to know, you would actually know why we have the same thing in the key and same thing in the value. Let's see this entries. Okay, so internally, set are stored in something like key value pair based structure. Okay, so this is basically meaningful in when we use map collection, but this is the internal implementation, but we don't care about much about uh, this internal implementation. And most of the time we don't deal with entries. We deal with these method when we are dealing with set. We are much more working with this one. Has function we are going to mostly use add and delete. Okay, why I'm saying has, like, when we try to because it does not it only holds unique object. So what will happen if we try to add duplicate record, it will replace the original one. Okay, so we can check, like, stocks dot has. Okay, then only we can add. uh, I mean when it does not have. Okay, when it does not have, then only we can add something like that. Mhm, situation we can handle, or we should use. And now see the console dot hmm, console dot log stocks dot size. uh, to size. Okay, so because it is not present, this value is not already existed, so that's why it got added. Okay, if it was already stored. Okay, so we can do this way. We can check this way. Print it here. uh, Sorry, copy this line. Print before adding and after adding. Okay, oh, before adding and after adding. Sorry. Hmm, before adding. Oh my god, before adding, and this is after adding. Okay, now see this, the size before adding and after adding. See, before adding the size is 1, and so this way the value, if you want that, if the record is already exist, so don't replace that. It replace only, add only when it is not present in the collection. Okay, well, this is important because right now we are using only the string. That's why it is not much relative. That, okay, now you can think of, as a developer, or if you are a beginner, you can think of, oh, what is the problem it's going to get if this value is not present. Then just add it, or if even if it is already there, then we can add it. What is the problem? Yes, in this sense, not a problem as such. But when you are going to add something, okay, let's say it's a product item, okay, or it's a real stock object with so much of details. Okay, in that case you would think of, okay, like, should we really, is it okay to replace the existing value? Because two object might have different details. uh, means before in the different time of execution. Okay, means you can understand about, before adding, uh, when you are working in real project and dealing with objects and trying to add uh, those object in set, we can check before adding. Okay, uh, this is a clear function. We already says that. For each, for each an item, for each is a function where, which we can use for, um, uh, which we can use for, performing some callback function on the items. Okay, the stocks dot for each, which have, we have element. Okay, we have element, and we can say, okay, if let's say we have item in small character, okay, or something like, okay, this in not a proper format, something like that. So I'm just giving an idea. So here we can perform something like, perform an action on each item. So this is a case. uh, am I right? Console, sorry, console.log, e dot, to uppercase. Am I right? Console.log. Yes, it is. So these are the function that we can use. Yeah, I think this is all about the set function for now. Thank you so much. Bye.